So recently, Kenneth Okonkwo betrayed Peter Obi again. Many people are reading different meanings to it. I am very, very sure that Peter Obi will not feel very happy about it, to say the least. But then there are several lessons that Nigerians can learn from Kenneth Okonkwo's betrayal of Peter Obi. Many lessons. Before you argue and say that Kenneth Okonkwo did not betray Peter Obi, I'll ask you a question. Because in the interview that Kenneth Okonkwo gave to that symphony guy, he actually claimed that if anybody betrayed anybody, it was Peter Obi that betrayed him. The explanation he gave clearly shows that there was a difference of opinion in approach to issues. That Peter Obi's opinion or approach to issue is different from Kenneth Okonkwo's approach. Does that mean that Peter Obi betrayed Kenneth Okonkwo? But when you look at the whole interview, you ask yourself, why will Kenneth Okonkwo give that interview? What does Kenneth Okonkwo hope to achieve by granting that interview? Then it becomes clear that indeed Kenneth Okonkwo has betrayed Peter Obi again. Now, that is not the focus of this video. What are the lessons that Nigerians can learn from that betrayal of Peter Obi by Kenneth Okonkwo for a second time? What lessons can we learn? In that interview, Kenneth Okonkwo tried to paint Peter Obi as a weak leader, as somebody who has committed political suicide, as somebody who is not a team player, as somebody who is supporting this and supporting that. He painted a very dark picture about Peter Obi. But look at the picture he painted, and you will see actually the wonderful qualities of Peter Obi. Now, what are these qualities? From everything that Kenneth Okonkwo said, I begin to see that truly Peter Obi is not a professional politician. That is all it shows. Peter Obi is not an expert politician. And for the record, Nigerians must know that there is a difference between being a professional politician and a good leader, a caring leader, a leader that has empathy. There's a huge difference. Right now, Tinubu, as a professional politician, has professionally commandeered and forced everybody to dance to his tune, displaying characteristics of dictatorship, even though he denies it at every turn. That's what he's doing. Showing characteristics of godfatherism, even though yet again he denies it at every turn. But then you see, from the picture that Kenneth Okonkwo painted about Peter Obi, I see a leader who is not interested in being a godfather, who is not interested in being a professional politician, is just interested in being a compassionate leader, a leader that cares for the people, a leader that focuses more on governance than on playing professional politics. That is all it shows to me. And as a Nigerian, I urge all Nigerians out there to focus on this. That interview actually reinforces my passion to support Peter Obi the more. It shows me that Peter Obi is not a professional politician. He's actually a leader. Nigerians will need to support him. I know that the intention of that interview that Kenneth Okonkwo gave is to destroy Peter Obi's career. But you see, the enemy can intend something for evil, but God can turn it over for good. That is how I see it. Even though he tried to put Peter Obi down, he actually, without knowing, exposed the wonderful qualities that Nigerians need to see about Peter Obi. The Bible says something. It said if the enemies had known, they would not have crucified the King of Glory. If they had known that crucifying Jesus is what would destroy the devil, they wouldn't have crucified Jesus. That is exactly what Kenneth Okonkwo has done. He thinks that he is putting Peter Obi down in that interview. But in actual fact, he's showing Nigerians that Peter Obi is actually a human leader. Somebody who is not interested in forcing his will on others. Somebody who is interested in democratic values. Everybody has a right to say their own. That is what I see from where I stand. What do you see? Let me know in the comment section below. But don't forget, Project Eagle is on, Vote Vision is on, Law Patrol is on, Camp Guard is on, and then you have Well Fund also on. And the biggest one of them all, Abundance Party. These are things that you and I can contribute to make sure that we get this new Nigeria in 2027 by stopping election rigging. Details are in the description. I'll see you in the next video.